Let's journey back to a time of wonder, when opening a pack of cards felt like uncovering ancient treasure. The year is 1999, the world is gripped by Pokemania, and in our hands we held something truly special, the base set. These weren't just pieces of cardboard, they were gateways to adventure, each illustration a vibrant snapshot of a world teeming with incredible creatures. Released in Japan in 1996 and then hitting shelves in North America and beyond in 1999, the base set was the spark that ignited a global phenomenon. It featured 102 unique cards, showcasing the beloved first generation Pokemon that fans had come to know and adore. From the powerful evolved forms like Charizard, Blastoise and Venusaur, which instantly became highly sought after, to the more common but equally cherished Pikachu, the base set captured the magic of the Pokemon universe in card form. These weren't just pretty pictures, they were tools for a strategic game. Players built decks around their favourite Pokemon, utilising energy cards to power up attacks and trainer cards to gain an edge over their opponents. Schoolyards and playgrounds became battlegrounds as kids eagerly traded and duelled, hoping to outsmart their friends and prove their Pokemon mastery. The base set also introduced the coveted holographic cards. These shiny, eye-catching versions of powerful Pokemon became the ultimate treasures, fueling the desire to catch 'em all in card form. The holographic Charizard in particular achieved legendary status, often commanding high prices even back then. But beyond the collecting frenzy, a new dimension was emerging: competitive play. Suddenly these weren't just pretty pictures, they were strategic tools, and the base set, while seemingly simple, laid the foundation for surprisingly complex strategies. Take energy removal, for instance. In a format where energy acceleration was limited, being able to discard your opponent's precious energy was a game changer. It could cripple their powerful Pokemon before they even had a chance to attack. Then there was Item Finder, a lifeline for consistency, allowing players to search their deck for those crucial trainer cards, and Professor Oak, a risky but rewarding way to refresh your hand and dig for answers, and Gust of Wind, the original boss's orders that let you gust up one of your opponent's Pokemon. And there was Bill, who allowed you to draw 2 cards. These cards weren't limited to once per turn like they are now with the term supporter. You could use countless bills per turn to keep drawing more cards and more cards. But it was the Pokemon themselves that were of course the stars of the show. With 102 cards to build your deck from, the base set had some limited options. However, the lure of Charizard did bring a lot of people to it. For 4 energy, it could do 100 damage with Fire Spin. However, it did mean you had to discard 2 energy cards attached to the Charizard. Although he did have an ability. He had a Pokemon Power with Energy Burn. As often as you like during your turn, you may turn all energy attached to Charizard into fire energy for the rest of the turn. There were no other cards that could do 100 damage like this, which also added to Charizard's fame, which positioned him quite perfectly to become one of the most popular Pokemon ever. Or you could have built your deck around Mewtwo, with his Psychic attack, which did 10 damage plus 10 more for each energy card that was attached to him. Or you could try stalling your opponent by using Barrier. You had to discard a Psychic energy attached to him, but then your opponent couldn't damage Mewtwo for the next turn. There was Rain Dance Blastoise, who utilised Blastoise's incredible ability to attach unlimited water energy. This deck could unleash devastating Hydro Pumps turn after turn, paired with powerful water type attackers like Gyarados. It was a deck that could quickly overwhelm opponents. There was also the incredible Haymaker, a seemingly straightforward strategy built around the raw power of Hitmonchan and Electabuzz. Hitmonchan was lethal, needing just 1 energy to do jab for 20. And its special punch, although it took 3 to do 40 damage at the time, that was a lot of damage for the format. And then you also had Electabuzz that did 10 damage for 1 energy. And you had to flip a coin, and if you got heads, your opponent was paralysed. And this pair of Pokemon ruled the scene in the Haymaker deck. These early decks, while perhaps rudimentary by today's standards, sparked a competitive fire. They taught us about resource management, type matchups, and the importance of a well-structured strategy. The base set wasn't just the beginning of a collecting phenomenon, it was the genesis of a vibrant and engaging competitive scene that continues to thrive today. So the next time you see these iconic cards, remember the magic they held, not just as collectibles, but as the building blocks of a game that captured our imaginations and continues to evolve. They are more than just cardboard. They're a piece of our history. Thank you for watching Cinnabar Collectibles. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you've enjoyed learning about the history of the Pokémon TCG, please leave a comment so I can keep the series going, and we'll try travelling through the sets. Obviously starting with base set today, maybe moving on to jungle next. But again, if you've liked the video, please leave a like, comment and don't forget to subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you very much and good night.